Good morning. Well, today I am working on my collection obsession, and it's Mintay's Lavender Farms, and it's like, again, it's like I have this habit of like, oh, I want to play with that paper and I have no idea what I'm going to scrapbook. So anyhow, I pulled down my my boxes of photos and I started looking through my daughter's because I thought, I'm thinking I have some maybe pictures from her wedding. Well, I didn't really have any pictures from her wedding, but I had pictures from when I made her flowers. And so, so it's like I have this one of her bouquet, and I made like this little thing here, and I used her aunt's old wedding dress that she had given me years ago. And she goes, here, I don't want this. Maybe you can use the lace for stuff. And so I actually used that. I used some buttons from the dress. I mean, it's really just gorgeous. And then I did her flowers, and I have them sitting here in jars. Now, so I had 5 pictures, and this one, it just has her shoes sitting in front. And you see they're a dark purple, and then her flowers have the purple and the greens and whites and like a tan or kind of a brownish color in there. And then here's a close-up of the stem and the bouquet and things. And this is actually, I think I used a toilet roll underneath here. And then she wanted charms hanging on it, and so she has a red ruby heart. I found her these keys. She wanted keys on it. And then there was 2 people that had passed away. One was her grandmother, and I think her grandfather too. I don't know, but just anyhow. So she wanted frames on them so she could have those on there. And so I took a close-up of that when I did the photos. And these were just pictures I had taken before. And this is a real close-up of the actual bouquet and of her bouquet. So anyhow, I decided to use these 3, even though it doesn't, like, it's not a shot of like the bouquet and everything itself, but this was the most important part to her when I did the bouquets. So I thought I'm gonna use that. It's got their wedding rings down here, and then it's got the shot of the bouquet and then the bottom of the bouquet. So I thought these are the ones I'm gonna use for the layout. And I'm using paper 2 and 5, and then a paper from the 3 or the 6x8. And this is the paper that's a wreath, and then the floral, and it's got this turquoise on the back. And I've already got them cut down through the magic of filming. So I've got this cut down. I took where the flowers were, let's see where they're at actually here. So yeah, I actually have it upright, okay, which I didn't realize. But these flowers I thought looked the prettiest, and so I wanted them to be around the outside. And I actually trimmed this down 3/4 of an inch, so I've got 3/8 on each side. And I really like how that looks. And then I'm going to take this paper here that looks like it's a letter, and I'm gonna tape that kind of diagonal. And I think I did put marks on here, but are they there? I don't even know. Where did I put the marks? Okay, there's that mark. Let's see if I can find the other one by guessing where I thought it should go, because I have it kind of at an angle. Okay, I think like this. Okay, so I think that's it. And I'm gonna kind of rough up a little. Well, I don't know if I'll kind of bend it up a little bit or not, because you know, these papers are so so hard, but just kind of top and bottom a little bit. Boy, that's a tough job. Okay, so, and this part's gonna be covered, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay, and then, so I've got these and I've already have them matted. And let's see, I think this is going maybe right about here, because I don't want it to be lined up right with these lines, but I want them kind of centered. So let me see, okay. And so this would be 6 and 3, yeah, that should be the center right there. And did I put a little mark up here? I don't know. I know it's down about an inch on from the top of the purple or lavender color. So about right there, I think. I'm gonna just put it gently until I get these where I want them. And I tried putting a mark, but I'll tell you, it's pretty hard to do when you've got these papers here. Okay, and did I put a mark over here? Because everything looks like a mark because it's crackled. Okay. Yeah, everything looks like a mark to me. Okay, and I think probably, oh, and I don't even want to put that down yet. Okay, I'm also going to put this ribbon here. And do I have a mark for that? I don't know. Boy. Well, it's about there, I think. Guesstimate. You think you make it a little easier for yourself, and you, no. Okay, I think it needs to be up just a little higher. Let's see, maybe about there. I think that's probably good there. Okay, so that's gonna go there. So now I need my tape, and I'm gonna put this down on the paper ahead. And let me see if I can guess how high that is up. So, okay, and it's about 1 inch and 3/8. So right about here, I think it was. 1 inch and 3/8. Let me guess by this paper. Yeah. Okay, where is it going to be there? Okay, so I need to remember it's right in there. Pencil, pencil. Oh, and that's 5/8. Okay, let me see. I think that's probably about right. Oh, and I think I see my mark, but I don't think that ends up looking right. Let me see. I think I figured there. Now, does that look right? I bring that about there. And this over here. I think that's close to that. Gosh, I thought I made such a dark mark too. Okay. Okay, so I am going to get a hold of this tape. And now it's got a hold of me. Okay, and this is, my tape is wider, or my ribbon is wider, so I'm going to put it up just a little higher than what I think it should be. Okay, so there's my mark, so I kind of get it straight. Since it's wider, it probably doesn't matter if it's real straight, but yeah, well, it'll probably be easier for me to line it up anyway. Okay. and then I'll put tape around the corner. And remember I told you before, it's like if you push this down, it makes it so much easier to take off that, you know, the cover of the tape. Because I used to work a lot with it when I was making little mini albums. Okay. And when I got this ribbon out, it was all kinked and wrinkled. But I got out the curling iron and used that. And it was my great big, I think it's a 1-inch. I hadn't even used it for a long time, but it finally turned on. I didn't even know if it's gonna work, but I thought, I don't want to get out the iron. Okay, so I think that's good. I got my fabric scissors. And I'm gonna cut it at a slight angle. Okay. And so I'm going to put this, I kind of want this to be the same as this over here. And I thought I seen the mark, but now I don't know. So I'm just gonna guess here and then just not put it down real hard. Oh, and I want it up maybe a little bit further. Okay, because it's all right if I cover up part of that. And I'm sure she's got more pictures also with, you know, at the wedding. But she had printed out she had bought the CD, and then she printed out all the pictures, and then she had her window open, and it's like they got all wet, so she just gave up. She didn't do it after that. But she was the one who she was the original scrapbooker. Okay, I guess I'm gonna just kind of check. Okay, and I do have it pretty straight there. And what was the measurement? Can you believe how long this is taking me? Is this my thing that I do all the time? It's like, oh, this is close enough, and then I get worried about it's not in the right spot. I gotta do it from this side because it's so hard to see these other measurements, centimeters. Like okay, so it's not quite an inch, so not quite an inch over here. Is that going to get me where I want to be? They're going to be right next to each other. Okay, I can deal with that. So I'll just put it right up against it. And I think I want this one down just a hair, because I want them not to be even. Okay, at the, you know, with each other. Okay, so now I have that there, so I'm gonna take another piece of tape. Now the other day I just used my regular tape, or I glued it or something, and it didn't get the job done. I had to mess with it again later, so I don't want to use that. Actually, I can just pull it off. Pull off a couple pieces. Okay. It's really got a hold of me. And I'm gonna do this. You probably can't. I'm putting the tape right on the ribbon, and I'm gonna put a piece over here. Okay. And my little bone folder. And maybe I need the tweezers. Okay, so that should be good. Well, except for I got too much tape right there. So I'm gonna roll it up and see if I can just pull that off. Okay. And see me fussing. And now this one just came right off. It's like, oh my gosh. Did I wake up all thumbs today? I was so excited to work this paper, I thought I'd become all thumbs. Oh no. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, now that one is a little longer, so I kind of put it in both places, but it won't matter once I pull it around, as long as I can pull this off. Okay. And again, I got just a little too much, so let me just push it underneath there. Okay, now that should hold it. Okay. Now, these, this one what I cut apart from the 6x8, and this has ribbon, it's got scissors and everything. It's like, oh my gosh, it's just like what I used when I was making, but this, you know, of course the scissors are different, but I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. It's like, it's got like sewing stuff, and which is perfect for this, because this was all in the making. Which reminds me, I never even pulled out my letters. So much for that. Ah. Can I start over again? Okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue where all the little thin parts are. Like there's this tiny little piece of ribbon. And the scissors at the top, that's so skinny. So I'm just putting glue in the skinny parts that I can't fit the tape. And lots of times I won't actually cut in between when I do my fussy cutting, just because I'm putting them in the little envelope I put them in. I'll actually do that later. Okay, that should be good. And I'm gonna tuck this in so that I'm kind of at the corner. A little bit of her shoe. Oh, a little bit of her ring actually got covered up. But again, I know that they have other rings. And then a little bit of this, but I wanted this right in the middle. And then I have this little tin that says Lavender Farm on it, but it's got, again, the scissors, the ribbon. So I just think it looks perfect for, which was a sewing and floral project for the wedding. Now, you know, I do cakes. I used to do wedding cakes a lot. I did my first daughter's wedding cake, and I missed, because I was setting up the cake, I missed, you know, helping her with her veil, helping her get it ready. So I vowed right then there'll be no more wedding cakes for children because I'm not going to miss those precious moments, you know. So, okay, and I'm going to stick that here. So this, it has a couple of books, and then a little tin of lavender, which I might have had here too, because I've grown lavender and I've dried it and we've ate it, which I think is fun. Lavender in a chicken salad sandwich is like such a burst of flavor. It's really kind of a neat experience. I liked it. And I did that a few times. And then my lavender died out on me. We don't treat our yard or anything, so it's like if you find something in our yard and you want to eat it, you can. Well, as long as it's not a poisonous plant. Okay, so I've got a little bit of dimensional back there just because it raised it up a little bit because the papers are so thick. Okay, that's my daughter. I was showing her what I was going to do, and now she's texting me. I know she was really busy today, so I didn't know if she'd be texting back or not. Okay, and so I've got this little stack of lavender and books here, and I'm just going to set those right on top of the picture. Okay, oh, and then I've got this little butterfly, and I don't have a whole lot of embellishments on this, but as you can tell with all the embellishments, I mean, it's actually, you know, her floral, her flowers, her shoes, everything has kind of been embellishment already. So I figured it probably didn't need too much. Where's my little tweezers? Okay, I am gonna lift up the butterfly wings a little. Even though it's just a half a butterfly that I'm using, I've kind of bent the body part, so I'm going to glue the body part down and then the wings are up, and you can see kind of, I don't know if you can see that, I've kind of bent this part here, and then I'm going to put glue on that area. And I'm just going to put it right over here like he's landed on my little container that has my ribbons in it and my lavender. Okay, and then I have, now this took some maneuvering. I've tied the bow with this little ribbon buckle or ribbon slide in it, and when I first did it, I put it actually on this side. And I thought, oh, it doesn't look right, it's not going in. And so I slid it over and I put it over here, and it's like, oh, no, that's the way I wanted it to look. Okay, so I don't even know where I was at because my camera turned off and I thought, I'll go get the letters. I think I was gonna put this down. So anyhow, I put it on there, and then I started tying the bow. So, if anybody wants to see that, maybe I'll put it at the end, but I don't think I have enough ribbon with this stuff, but maybe I could do something else. So, anyway, I am going to do a fishtail end. I kind of leave it a little bit longer just in case. Yeah, I think that's a good length in there. And then I'm going to do a fishtail over here. So I'm just folding it in half. Try not to be crooked. Okay. So I am going to glue it down there, and am I going to use the super glue or one of those dots? Sometimes the dots just don't do it, but let me try one of these heavy duty ones, and maybe I'll put, or one of these thicker ones, and then I'll maybe put glue also. I don't know, to kind of double duty it. Okay, double glue it. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna put some super glue on it. Maybe, if I can get the lid off. I think it was super glued on. Actually, it looks like I need another dot because it's kind of not right in the middle. Maybe I'll try this, and if it doesn't work, then I'll put more glue in it later. Okay, I want it kind of over towards this other, so it's kind of, so they're there together, and I'm really gonna push it in because I'm trying to flatten it out also. So hopefully that kind of does it. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll tell you, my curling iron really did a nice job on the ribbon. I do say I have a kink on this. I don't know what that's from because I didn't notice it earlier. Okay, and so I did use gold letters because I did not have, I had purple, but they were like multicolored. And it's like, I realize it's part of, you know, getting everything ready, but I still didn't want, you know, 3 shades of purple on here. Okay, I've got these green. They're sparkly and they're just the right color from here. And I don't have too many of them, but I have 2 sizes, so I don't know how I used up all the big ones. I would say that that would be what I would have more of. Okay, so I'm gonna put a couple there. And then maybe one in here. Maybe a couple. I don't know, I kind of want more in this area. To pull in some more green. Okay, and then I'll put one down here by the books. On the medium, I've got medium and tiny, or medium and small, whatever, whatever they are. I guess it's just small. It's not tiny. Okay, and then I'm gonna put one up here. I wish I could pick these up with my tweezers, but you know that whenever I've tried that, they just shoot across the room. And I don't like them shooting across the room. Okay, one of those. More there. Okay, I think that's it. I think I got everything on there I planned. Okay, I think it looks gorgeous. I think these papers are just fabulous. And I'm really, you know, I kept thinking, oh, it looks so much like a lavender farm, but with the ribbon and the scissors and everything, it really looked like what I had going on when I was making these. So I think it's perfect. So thank you for joining me, and remember to look down below and you can see everyone else that's playing with their collection obsession. And everybody has a different collection. It's always neat to see what people are doing and, you know, what they decided. You know, it's like, do I love this where I can work on it for, you know, 4 projects, but that's what I love this so much, and I didn't know what I was going to do, but I really like how it turned out. I will have close-ups at the end, but I'm going to try to show you how to how I did the ribbon in the middle. So I'm going to pause it for a minute while I get that stuff, and I'll be right back if you want to see that. Okay, I'm going to pull it in a little bit. Now I've got smaller ribbon, but that's what I had out here, so that's what I'm going to use. And I've got a buckle about the same size. Now this, I don't know if this was actually one or if I actually took it off some clothing when I was getting rid of it. But so I threaded it just like I would if I was just going to use it as a slide. So it's like this. And then, oops, hopefully, so you see it like this. So I just put it through there. And then I took the ribbon and started just making the bow. Just like you just pretend it's not there. And trying to make sure I'm staying in the, so you just tie it like normal. And the other one, the ribbon hardly fit in there. Actually, it was a little too big. So this one kind of slides around a little bit. And So, but you just keep pulling it until it's like the size you want it. Pull it in, just like you're doing a regular bow. Just kind of forget that thing's there, except for you're using it all the time in the center. And then I just did this. Now, because of it fitting, or being too skinny, it doesn't want to stay the way that the other one did. So, and then it's like the one side, it's like I'm thinking, okay, it's not just the way I wanted it. And so I actually just took the buckle and slid it to the other side, and then it actually looked right. Which maybe, when you're putting the ribbon on, you might decide, okay, that's just the way I want it, and maybe you won't need to flip it over. But when I flipped it over, it made all the difference for me. And I can see here that it's not straight, or that part isn't straight. But on this one, you see it fits in there really well. And I think because of the ribbon being actually wider than the actual slide part. So it did actually work well for this one. Oh, and I can tell that in my picture it looks like it's like an, what is it, like a royal blue, but it is purple. So that's it for that little detail, and thanks for joining me. Again, there will be photos at the end, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember to check out the other ones that are playing along. Collection Obsession. Bye-bye.